Hello and welcome. Now we are going to talk about how to set up self-managed runner. As you know that in Gitlab we have two types of runner. One, we call it SaaS or shared runner. We do not need to set up anything for this. It is always available with our Gitlab account. But if you want to set up your own runner, we can go for the self-managed runner. Now, for big project, we are always using self-managed runner. So, how to set up self-managed runner is a core of this particular video. Let's start with the introduction and then we'll go through all this 6-step mind map to understand how self-managed runner is working in Gitlab environment. Yes, this is a practical of self-managed runner installation. First of all, let's go with the introduction. As you know that you can install self-managed runner on a various operating system, including Linux, Windows, Mac OS, Docker, and Kubernetes. Here for this practical, we are going to use Amazon Linux 2023. Okay, so we are going to use Amazon Linux 2023. Steps are more or common if you are using any Red Hat Linux as well. Now, let's talk about step 1. Step 1 is provisioning VM. Okay, create Amazon Linux 2023 virtual machine instance and then log in via SSH. This will be our first step. So right now I am already logged in my AWS account. I'm going to click on Notch instance. Giving name, let's say that runner, going to use Amazon Linux T2 micro. I have this key pair, so I'm going to use this. In the security group, I'm going with the default option, SSH is allowed, no need to worry, not going to make any changes. Okay, I'm just making sure that I have public IP enabled. Okay, so auto assign public IP is enabled. Yes, so everything is good. Let's click on launch instance. Now I'm going to the view instance and I'm going to copy public IP address of this instance. Going to the command prompt. Going to open terminal. My key is in download folder, so I'm going to the download folder SSH-I 2024-key EC2-user and IP. I'm using Amazon Linux. You can use any Red Hat Linux machine. It is up to you. Okay, let's press enter and yes. So my first step is done. Let me log in as a root. Sudo -i. I am logged in as root. My first step is completed and now I'm going for the step 2. In the step 2, we are going to install runner over here. But before we are going to install runner, we have to have our operating system up to date. So I'm going to install update. Okay, there is no update because my operating system is up to date. Now this particular one command is actually going to install runner. Okay, so going to click on Control C and testing this over here. Now 1 second. Yes, it is installing. Okay, my runner is now installed. Okay, now let's go with the next step. Register runner. So once you have your runner ready in your machine, you can go with the register runner. So for this, first of all, we need to set up GitLab repo. Right now, I am in the GitLab. I'm going to click on create new project and create blank project, giving name project X. And yes, going to create a private repo. Let's click on create project. Now, as you know that by default when you have any project, we are actually using a standard shared runner. Okay, here I want to use my own runner. So going to the settings from my GitLab repo, I am going to the settings Now going to the CICD, going to the runners. Here we have this instance runners because now we are going to set up our own. I don't want to use any instance runners, so I am going to disable this. Now I am going to set up my own runner, so going to click on new project runner. Here you can add tags for your runner. If you want to use specific runner with a specific repo, you can set up this. Right now I am going to say that run untagged jobs. Here we have a 2023 Linux machine, Amazon Linux. So I am going to select operating system for our runner, which is Linux. Okay. Right now we don't want any protected runner or anything. We want a very simple installation of runner. So I am going to click on create runner. Now once you click on create runner, it will provide you commands, okay, with your authentication token. You just need to copy this from here and go to your Linux machine and paste it. Simple. Okay. Now it is asking me to enter the GitLab instance URL. Okay. I have the same step defined over here. Okay. That what should you enter? Now, as you know that we don't have our standalone GitLab instance. We are using gitlab.com. So that's why as we are using gitlab.com account, in the instance URL, we have to enter gitlab.com. Now, enter the name of the runner. This is stored only in the local config.toml file. Right now, you can give any name. Okay, this is a default name. I am going to say Linux runner. Now, here we need to enter an executor. As you know that during the last class, when we have created our .gitlab-ci.yaml file, you know that we are using most all the echo commands, which is actually Linux shell command. So we want to run the same file. So that's why I am selecting shell. So you just need to write the shell, and now it is done. Here in this particular mind map, I have already provided you what should you enter over there. So it will be very helpful for you to set up the runner. Now, I just want to verify this. So I am going to the GitLab and going to the runner page. Now, if everything is okay, you will get this green sign. Green dot is indicating that our runner is online and it's registered successfully with our gitlab.com account. Now, we want to verify that this particular runner is working or not. In this case, we have to make some changes. We have to create this file. So let's go to the Git repo. I am going to the repository, and here I am going to create our YAML file. So let me click on this new file. As you know that when we are creating YAML file, okay, we have to provide this particular name. Okay, so let me provide name dot gitlab-ci.yml. Okay, here I am going to copy this code. As you know that when we are going to add this and when we are going to make commit over there, it is going to run our pipeline, and pipeline require runner. So if our runner is working very well, then we are going to get this detail in the pipeline. So let me go to the build, let me go to the pipeline. We can verify that our pipeline is running or not. And if you look at this, it is running successfully, means right now we are running this pipeline on our Linux instance, and if this pipeline is successful, it means we are successfully able to add our own self-managed runner inside the GitLab. Okay. Now we have some formality that we are going to discuss. Start and enable GitLab runner.
Hello everyone, sorry to disturb you. I am sure you guys are enjoying our GitLab course. If you want full access of this course having 83 videos, you can enroll it from our portal. First 100 students will get special discount. There is some limitation on YouTube. We are unable to give you support. But once you become our community member, our instant support is included, lifetime updation, completion certification, and additionally, weekly lifetime live session with our expert Bhavesh Atal. We want to improve your skills anyhow, so that's why we added 5 projects as well. We are also available on Udemy. Still, you have any doubts, any queries, you can contact me on my personal number. Thank you.